Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Vet Chats, where we help veterans share their awesome stories and help make the veteran community a better place. A quick reminder, if you are a female veteran who has ever served in California or is currently serving, or if you have lived in California and you're now living elsewhere, please take the California Female Veteran Survey. The California VA is putting this survey out to hear the voices of women veterans to help improve their facilities for female veterans. The link is in my bio. If you have any questions, please do not hesitate to reach out. So hello everyone. Today I just felt the need to chat about a few things that are on my mind and no particular theme this week. I'm always talking about reflecting on things and taking time to assess how things are going. So here's me doing that, and we're going to talk about the podcast, the Instagram channel, the Facebook group, just kind of reflect and check in on a few things. So today's the third time I've been locked out of my Instagram and my Facebook accounts. It has become super aggravating as I have no reason for my accounts to be flagged. It just makes you question the bigger picture and wonder why an account that promotes positivity and the well-being of veterans, why would that be locked out? I'm not sure, but we will keep things moving on and hopefully Instagram can get their shit together. But honestly, if the account was taken out, it was taken away and I had to create a new one, I'm not sure if I'd have the energy to start all over because it was 4 years in the making, but I also know that the connections I have made and the impact that we have collectively made, it was worth it. We have had so many thoughts and resources and community in our comments section, and nothing can take that away. Also, we're just getting started. There's so much more to be done in terms of changing the culture of the veteran community, and we still have the Facebook group. They can't take away everything, so we're going to figure this out, and hopefully it just works itself out and we can keep going. So speaking of culture, I've been posting a lot about women veterans, and that is because I'm working with the California Department of Veterans Affairs, which you heard the ad for in the beginning of this podcast. And they're looking ahead, which in government, it's pretty rare. And they are seeing that there's going to be a need to be able to support more women veterans, as women veterans are the fastest growing group of veterans. It's just a fact. So women veterans have different needs than male veterans. We are more likely to have experienced military sexual trauma. We also give birth. We have family planning needs, and we're more susceptible to breast cancer, etc. We could go on and on about why we need to put more care into women veterans and tailor things to their needs. And not to mention that women veterans have the highest suicide rate amongst veterans. And these aren't claims coming out of nowhere. They are data-backed facts. So I say all this not anger at you because you're amazing listening to this podcast, but to the people in my comment sections. And it's not all of them. Again, it's just a few ignorant men here and there. But every time I post one of these reels, I'm just guaranteed to get a comment from a man claiming that I'm trying to divide the veteran community by gender, or women veterans have it the easiest. There's just some ridiculous claims. If you're bored, you can go and look at them. They kind of make me laugh because I'm just like, wow, you really just don't get it. And you're not even trying to admit like you had a totally different experience than most women veterans. But before I can even comment back, somebody has commented and checked them and put them in their place. So I really appreciate that when anyone does that. But it's hard to constantly have to fight these wrong narratives and educating one another. Even though I'm trying to do that with my reels, it's exhausting to try to do it on an individual level. So I really thank you guys for supporting me in that way. And it's important to have these controversial conversations. And if my account keeps getting flagged, I have other ways that we can do it. Speaking of that, I have an article coming out within the next few weeks with Task and Purpose. It's something I've been working on for a while because it's got quite a few pieces to it. It's talking about the cycle of military sexual trauma, and it ties in personal accounts from myself and tying in facts from experts, going into criticizing the current sexual assault prevention programs. And I'm excited to share this with the world, but I'm also pretty nervous because I know how ignorant people can be in the comment sections, but I have to remind myself that it isn't about me and their comments say more about them than they say about me. But I will really appreciate your support when this comes out, as it is going to be very maybe unnerving to some people, and to some people it's going to be a little bit of a reality check. So yeah, I mean, hey, it's not worth writing about something if it doesn't cause a little backlash, right? You gotta mix things up. And the next article after that is already kind of in the works, and I'm highlighting a personal friend of mine that has been fighting for his life. He is a victim of military malpractice, and the VA is refusing to pay for his life-saving care. His story is unfortunately a part of a bigger picture, and he's been advocating for himself and others through the nonprofit Save Our Service Members. This story, it must be told. I can't wait to get it out there and help them gain some traction on their crucial initiatives that they've been working on. So we also have some great guests this month on Vet Chats. We have veteran coach JP this Sunday. He's coming back on. He's someone that I really admire because he's putting himself out there and changing the culture in the veteran community, and he rubs a lot of vet bros the wrong way, and I'm just excited to have him on because it's more of an open conversation we're going to have about what we need to do to change the culture in the veteran community, and also what narratives do we need to kind of fight against. So it's going to be a fun conversation. We also have David Pear of Military to Millionaire. He's someone I met at the Military Influencer Conference, so I'm excited to have him on and share his story. And the last one of the month, we have Shannon and Evan Kaufman of WeVet. They have a great VA loan and real estate company that supports those getting out of the military and veterans like myself. And I'm actually doing my loan through WeVet, so I'm excited to chat further about that because that's been quite the process as I've found out that I am moving. Anyone else out there who is moving right now and looking at the housing market, you're probably in the same boat as my family because it's kind of frustrating. Rates are really expensive, and we're lucky enough to have already bought a home, so we're selling a home too, which is a big help. But if you are someone that's buying your first home, I feel for you because it's a horrible time, but sometimes we just don't have a choice, and we hope that we can refinance in the future, right? So some health issues came up, and we decided we really need to be closer to family. I'm pretty involved here in Maryland in the veteran space, and I'm sad to have to leave and rebuild new connections, but I'm also at peace with it because that's the power of the veteran community. It's something that you can tap into wherever you go. I've worked very close with my county commission, and they've been all extremely supportive of my initiatives to help younger veterans, and I really hope I can find that same energy in New Jersey because honestly, the first time I walked into one of the commission meetings, it was like, okay, I'm the youngest one by about 10, 15, maybe 20 years, and it's just kind of intimidating because I'm going to go up there and say, we need to focus on young people. And they're like, why? And then when I break down the data and show them where our community is hurting the most, most people agree, like, yeah, we should be focusing our efforts on them. If we want to preach about suicide prevention and lowering the number of vets that are committing suicide, we need to focus on younger veterans. So yeah, that's about it for now. These are all things I'm really honored and just grateful that I have the privilege to work on, and hoping that things get fixed with my platform and we can continue on our great conversations. Another thing, I'd like to ask you guys if you could leave a review on the workbook, as I'm trying to get 50. I lowered it. I'm only trying to get 50 reviews by July, and I think that will make the workbook searchable. So if you've purchased the workbook, or if I've sent you a digital copy, if you want a digital copy, just feel free to DM me or email me, and I'd love to send you one. And if you could leave me a review on Amazon, that would be amazing and just such a great way to support me, and I'd really appreciate it. So thank you for checking in with me. I hope you have a great week, and we will chat on Sunday for our vet chat.